generation iron app on Google Play and the App Store.
I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
Hey, Cal, how you been, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. Everything good?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I can't. Geez, when was the last time? I think it was maybe when you're in LA or something. Probably pre-COVID or something.
It was it was like right before it started, man. I think it was like January or something like that.
Yeah. When you're down here, geez, it's time's gone crazy for us. Weird year, very strange year.
I know, man. I know. But listen, first of all, congratulations on getting your pro card, man. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. It's a long time coming, and yeah, I'm glad I finally ticked that one off the box. So, hey, come here. There we go. Sorry, just gotta get that toy out of the way.
But that's great that you did it, man. I mean, and you know, out of curiosity, why did you decide to go for it now? You know what I mean? Because you were kind of, you know, I feel like you could have gotten it anytime you really wanted to. Why suddenly you decided to put your mind to it?
Well, I was originally going to do a show at the start of the year, the Jay Cutler Classic, just to kind of dip my toes in the water again and get a feel for the shows and see how I fare in one of on a different show. And then of course, you know, COVID kind of screwed up all the plans for a lot of shows and made a mess of this year. So I gave up the idea of competing again for a little bit, and then my old coach from years ago got in touch with me, and he just sent me a flyer of a NPC Universe, and it was in like 10 weeks, and I had nothing going on. I had no plans. I couldn't travel. And I figured, look, if I've got a good opportunity now to kind of get ready for a show, this would be a good time to do it. So I just decided to go for it. You know, I thought it would be a good challenge. Only 10 or 8 weeks prep. And it was a challenge too, because the gyms were still closed at that time, and I was just training in my garage gym for the majority of the year. Yeah.
Because I was in LA last week for a couple of days, and the gyms still seem to be closed, and now it's even more shutdown happening, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. It's they opened them for a little while, and then they closed them, and then they had them have only outdoor areas for training. You could only train in outdoor areas, and then they were kind of back and forth, and then they went into a complete. They shut them all down again, but I've found it, and I've just been jumping around from gym to gym, and I found a few gyms that have stayed open despite the council and the state's laws on shutting them down. They've stayed open and kind of rebelled against all those those laws and stuff. So yeah, I've managed to get by, but it's just a pain to try and get a consistent set of workouts.
Yeah. You did a majority of your prep in your garage, right? You have a garage?
The first, I'd say the first, all the training this year was majority was in this garage, and then the first 4 weeks of the prep was in the garage gym, and a little bit in the carport gyms and stuff, but there wasn't a lot of resources for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. What was your typical day during prep like? Can you take me through a day? Like, what time do you wake up? How much do you eat? You know what I mean? Just how much do you train?
Yep. So I'll get up at 7 o'clock, and I'd go for a 40-minute fasted cardio, walk with my dog Rex, take him out for a hike, and then we would then I'd come home. I'd have my first meal around just before 8 o'clock. It would be like potatoes and eggs and some beef, and then I'd rest a little bit, and then I'd try and get to the gym around 11. Have a shake and stuff before I get to the gym, do a workout, come back, eat, then I'd sleep or have a nap, and then sometimes if I depending on the day, I'll try and get to the gym again at night, around 7 or 6 o'clock for a second workout, and then train, come back, eat and rest. So it was just eat, train, sleep, repeat. It was just doing that non-stop for about 6 weeks. And I really did need to do 2 times a week for some muscle groups because I was lagging in some areas. And also I had the time, you know, I was able to utilize a 24-hour period into just eating, sleeping, and training, which is really the ideal lifestyle for bodybuilding, I guess.
What body parts you had to improve on, you think, for this competition, for the last competition?
I really need to focus on my back and my legs, especially my injured quad, the one that I tore. So I would focus on those groups first and train them twice a week. And they responded really well. You know, I had legs. Hang on, I've got to how do I decline this? Sorry, you there? So yeah, I had to really prioritize that, and they responded really well. They grew back. My quad, you know, responded well to training it, stimulating twice a week, especially not training it really that much this year. You know, I really just had thrown in the towel for a little bit there. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was your competition weight?
I was on stage. I had to weigh in under 230. So at the start of the prep, I was about 225 pounds before I decided to compete. Not the good, like the skinny kind of whatever. Not really much going on. I bulked up to 246, 247 in that time, and then I cut down from there. I cut down to had to get under 230 for the weigh-in for the Class D. You have to be under 230, and I would have been on stage around 233 or 232, I guess.
It's amazing what kind of roller coaster you've been through in the last couple of years, from getting injury, arm, leg, you know, and not really competing at all for such a long time, and then this 2020 hit, you know, the coronavirus, and then the comeback. You know what I mean? Like,
it seems you're right. Like it has been a really it has been a roller coaster for sure. You know, and I definitely have had my fair share of ups and downs and challenges, but I guess that's just the way my life is. You know, I get thrown these challenges and hardships, but despite them all, they've never beaten me, and I've always been able to grow from it. You know, mentally, physically, and learn from it. So and adapt and that's the way I think that I have to learn, and that's just the way, you know, that I've lived my life is I bring on these challenges, and now I'm getting better at, you know, navigating through obstacles and avoiding, you know, certain situations and predicaments that might cause me any, you know, future hardships. So it has wisened me up a lot, all these sort of challenges, but it's also kept me on my toes and yeah, kept life interesting for sure.